Hi there. A big thank you to PropertyNow. We sold our acreage property, a small acreage property in Bundaberg in under 6 months. We fully expected to take several months to sell it because it's a unique property and it was really a matter of time to find the right buyer. Our property was 2.5 acres. We had 18 inquiries in that 6 months and about 10 inspections, a couple of silly offers, and then we just knew that, that we just really had to see the person that loved it the way that we loved it. The only reason we left it is 2.5 acres at our age is a little bit more than we can manage. So my advice to anybody thinking about, selling themselves, yes, you do have to have a little bit of confidence in your own communication. You do need to, I believe in what you're selling, and the price you're asking for it needs to be researched to ensure that you are not overpriced. We were very confident that our price that we set was to meet the market. We had done a lot of research. We talked to a few real estate agents. Everybody told us that it was going to be a hard sell because it would take so long to get, somebody that wanted acreage. No town water, but still close to town. Wonderful place. You can tell I still love it. Having the PropertyNow team on board was just wonderful. We sought advice from the guys, and they were always helpful. We didn't have to reduce our price at all. I did a lot of sharing myself. I shared my listing on Facebook and LinkedIn and asked all my friends to do the same, which I don't, really know where the actual final buyer came from. But really, I think the best advice that I can give you is, if you're not a confident person, willing to talk to anybody, don't do it. You do need to do your research to ensure that you have set your price. You don't have to set it at bottom of the market price. You just set a fair, reasonable price within the going market range. You can research that online. Plus talk to a couple or three real estate agents before you actually choose to do it. If you find a real estate agent that you really like, of course, list that, but just bear in mind that you've got those marketing costs plus the commission, that if you do it yourself, you can pass on some or all of those savings to your buyer, which makes it far more appealing for the buyer. We did find that sometimes people were surprised when they discovered that they were dealing with the owner. We had, because it's obviously agent assisted selling, I guess the other piece of advice that I think would be worth sharing is, don't get upset when people make silly offers. Sometimes those people that make silly offers are still the ones that will come back and buy. In our case, we were very lucky with the final buy, but we did have, a couple of people that came to us with, an offer $40,000 or $50,000 less than our asking price. In one particular case, they came very close to our asking price, but missed out because the other buyer that we finally sold to bought it. So, you've just got to be able to hang in there and trust yourself, really. Trust that you've done your research, that you know your property's worth what it's worth, and that you don't have to sell it for rock bottom prices. That would probably be my only piece of advice is, if you are, struggling financially and you don't think that you can hang on for months and months and months, try to get it on the market sooner rather than later, because if you get into a position where you have to do a crash and burn sale, well, you'll have no choice. If you do like we did and you make the decision that you're going to sell and you don't need to sell for 6 months, then you can sit there and sit tight. And it doesn't matter what anybody says. They can tell you that, 6 months on the market, it's tight and blah, 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 and nobody will buy it. But the reality is every week there's new buyers in the market, and, and it's just not, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. It's just finding the right person at the right time for your property, and it'll all happen for you.